Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're unboxing not just any type of unboxing. It's an Ultimate Edition unboxing. It's a San Diego Comic-Con edition. And it's also a Mattel creation, Ultimate Edition, Shawn Michaels. But it's a moment in time. Everybody knows that WrestleMania 12 to be exact, Shawn Michaels fulfilled his boyhood dream. And the video package that they always show is him gliding down from the Raptors down to the ring. And this is a perfect depiction of that. As you can see right here, in all of his glory, forever in this prison of plastic and rubber, we have WrestleMania 12, and he is in his glider as he's coming down to the ring. Now, on the side, you'll see that you'll have that cool glamour shot with Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 12. On the back, it says, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. Another shot of the Ultimate Edition logo. Nothing really on the bottom except for like all the legal stuff. On the top, you have the Ultimate Edition logo. But one of the things I like about this is that everything seems to be true to form for that time period. As you can see, it's all flashy lights. It was in, I want to say, Anaheim, California at the time. So you have that. You have all the gold. You have all the glitz and the glimmer of Hollywood sucked right into this wrestling figure. So give me a second. We're going to open this bad boy up. Got my trusty knife right here. Boom. As I was saying before, it is an Ultimate Edition. It is from the San Diego Comic-Con. It took them a while to get this out because there is a little bit of controversy. Originally, when they say this was not supposed to be the San Diego Con exclusive. It was supposed to be something else. Something fell through the cracks at the very last. They wanted to put something out, so they put this out. That's why it's taking us so long to get the actual product. So, with that being said, let's see what this has to offer. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So we pull this out, and it's a box inside of a box. That's right. Mattel not leaving us boxless in any way, shape, or form. As you can see, still has that big giant window, has the Ultimate Edition. Another glamour shot of Shawn Michaels, because who doesn't need more glamour shots than Shawn Michaels? Then we have the Shawn Michaels right here. And on the back, we have Shawn Michaels. We have the toy version, and then we have him in mid-match. And on the bottom, it says, they called him the showstopper, the headliner, the most charismatic superstar in WWE, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. At WrestleMania 12, HBK zip line down to the ring in one of the most unforgettable entrances ever, making his boyhood dream come true as becoming a WWE champion. One of the things I love about this match was at the very end, whenever he had just won, and you see him, he's kind of kneeling in the middle of the ring. He gets the title. He kind of falls over, just exhausted and that kind of stuff. One of my favorite matches of all time. One of the longest ones because it's an Iron Man match. Unfortunately, the way that they programmed it and the way that they set it up, anybody could see that it was going to be Shawn Michaels winning it from a mile away. But still put on one heck of a match. Now, also, this is before Brett and Shawn were so adamant about hating each other. So they actually gave it a really good try to build up the story and all that kind of stuff. So really, really good match. If you have the time, please go back and watch it if you haven't. I believe, if I remember correctly, Cody Rhodes has actually said that anybody who goes through his training camp has to watch that match and dissect it, because he says it's one of the best matches of all time. So there you go. If Cody says it, must be true. That's how I feel. If Cody says it's true, then it must be true. So we're going to cut open this real quick before I cut to pulling him out. We're going to see what it says at the top, because usually it has something like right there. It says the Heartbreak Kid. And then on the bottom, it says a boyhood dream come true. So now we're just going to pull this out for the time being for just a second. But as you can see, this is Shawn Michaels on the zip line. I like how they have the little string right here so you can tie it kind of off, or you can add to it. But then you have the zip tie. But it doesn't look like there's anything actually connecting him. So we'll see that here in just a bit. I don't know if I like that idea because I don't know if he'll hold himself Tarzan style or not. But we have this right here, and then I'm going to set him down right there. We pull this little bad boy up, this little cover, and in the back of it, because as you can see it's pretty deep, we have some more accessories. Now, with Ultimate Edition, we've seen this before, where the actual sleeves of the jacket are part of the arms, and you can pull them off. This one right here, you have other sets of arms, you can pull those right off. Then you have the gloves, you have his open hands, you have his mic hands, plus you have another fist hold or a fist hand because, I mean, he came to play for a whole hour, you know. So switch those out. Now, the other cool thing that I like is that, as you can see right here, he has his long hair. We have Shawn Michaels with his hair down because, you know, during the match, he can't keep his hair up in a ponytail for the whole thing. That's not realistic. So then you have his hair down, and then you have this Shawn Michaels head without his ponytail, which is kind of weird, but they put the ponytail right there, so you can pop it back in. Now, we're not going to go too deep into the accessories because there's only so much you can talk about when it comes to different hands. Now, they did make it to its match exclusive, so what I mean by that is the gloves that are over the match are the same ones that are going to be on this hand, you know, that kind of stuff. So move this off to the side, pulling this bad boy back up. Now, we got to get this guy out of his package, and we'll go from there. So I'll be right with you. So first thing first, getting this guy out of the package. The only thing that was kind of weird is they taped these straps on so that it stayed close to the mold. Not that bad of a deal, but getting this part out of the actual plastic was kind of harder than I thought it was going to be because this part keeps popping off. It will pop open so that you can add more string and then you can make it longer so you can basically zip line all the way across your room, I guess, if you wanted to. But this right here, it doesn't move. It is very, very sturdy. You can tell why Shawn Michaels was able to hold on to it. The entire time I was opening him up out of his package, he was literally just dangling his arm from here. So I don't think that it needed an extra seat or anything like that or anything to hook to his belt or anything. It was getting the job done with this. Now, looking at the actual figure, getting him out, there was only 2 of these little zip ties down at the bottom, which surprised me because usually with Mattel, there's usually a lot, but not today. I'm not complaining. I love that. I'm glad if we can go to 0, that'd be even better. But anyway, looking at Shawn Michaels. Now, for those of you who have been a wrestling fan for a long time, and collected wrestling figures for a long time, you'll know that this is not the first time that we've seen Shawn Michaels in this attire. You can get this attire in multiple different ways. I think even in basic, without all the entrance gear stuff, but with the pants and everything, you can even find Shawn Michaels in that attire. This is one of the ones that they use a lot as far as getting people to buy Shawn Michaels figures because it's such an iconic moment in wrestling history. But this is probably going to be the very last one that I'm going to buy because I don't know if you can go any better than an Ultimate Edition. And I'll tell you why. Because if you're going for posability, Ultimate Edition has all of those different points of articulation. Also, if you're going for accessibility, this is so much easier because all you have to do is take off his outfit, is you can literally pop off his arm. And that's part of the hassle of getting off the jacket is trying to get it through the armholes. You don't have to worry about that. You can literally pop them on and pop them back in, and they're good to go. Like I said before, the joints are amazing. Now, look at this attire. Now, you'll see that this is like a vinyl, but it's like a stickered on type thing onto his jacket, or onto his pants. Not a huge fan of that. I understand why they went with that because it's a little bit easier for putting together as far as making the toy itself. Would have been better if it would have been a cloth good with actual beads on there to make it look like the sequence. Yes. But what does that do? That jacks up the price. If you know anything about businesses aren't wanting to jack up a bunch of prices to where they basically make people want to pass it up because they just can't afford it, you know? Especially in this day and age, we all know that your money needs to go a lot further than it used to. So I really like that they went that route because it still shows the sequencing. And that's a lot of what Shawn Michaels did. He was a lot of flash and flare. But speaking of which, let's take this cool little jacket part off. And I think all you do is literally pop off his, pop off his arms, and I think you just slide this up over his head. Right. To get him off, all you had to do, pop this back part off, and then this part right here pops right off too, and then you just slide it up over the head, and boom, you put his head right back on, along with his arms. Now, I told you his other arms without the sleeves are in his are in the box. So if I wanted to, I could pull them out and put them on there. But for video purposes, I'm just going to leave it as is. So as you can see, a lot of detail. Shawn Michaels was a hairy animal whenever he was younger. So we have the hair on the chest and on the stomach. You have the points of articulation right there. Now, time to take off the chaps. Got the chaps right there. And I don't. So now, once you get them out of the actual chaps, you'll see here basically your gold, your white, your heartbreak looks. The Heartbreak Kid on the back, Shawn Michaels, iconic for the time. Always had the broken heart all over his tights. Big moniker of the Heartbreak Kid, looking good. And if I remember correctly, Mr. Perfect actually gave him that moniker while he was commentating one time. So you can fact check that if you want to, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. So anyway, you have that. Got his boots on there. Now, the one thing I will tell you is when I was taking off his straps, one thing I didn't like is that it's all one solid outfit, right? So this is the only thing that comes off. You take that off, and then you have to shimmy his legs out from under here. I'm not a big fan of that because this is vinyl and stuff. I feel like it's just going to tear. Now, I may be completely wrong. It might be very, very durable, but from what I see, there's a lot that you can just instantly rip it, maybe peel off some of the stickers or whatever. Not a big fan of that. Not at all. I wish they would have had something to make it a little bit easier, but once again, the more that you add to it, the more you have the more your cost goes up. So now, Shawn Michaels all day long, posability, looking great. He is the Heartbreak Kid. He is an icon. He is what everybody says he is. Heartbreaker. He is the showstopper, the main event, the former leader of the D-Generation X. He is Shawn Michaels. He is a true icon. He is Mr. WrestleMania. And this has been my review of the Mr. WrestleMania. If you're interested in this, I believe you can still go to MattelCreations.com and go on and pick it up. Not 100% sure how many more they have, but I believe that they still had some on the website when I was looking earlier today. So, with that being said, be nice to yourself, be nice to others, have a great day, go out, get some wrestling figures. They make your life a lot easier, a lot better. At least they do mine. Have a great day. Can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye.